All right. So Robert has decided to not come tonight. So that means Sean is here.
Hey everyone. But I was gonna be on anyways, so
Well, welcome back, Sean.
thank
And what we would like to tell people now, because Sean has expressed interest, is Sean is the new sideline reporter. So Sean will be popping in and out every so often whenever he feels like it to join us as a extended guest. And at this rate, so is Robert. Um,
you.
but
I might have to take his job.
I'd love to see that.
If it paid better, I would.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm not getting paid either.
That's your problem.
So, this week's story is a sports story. At
As
least
long
it
as it
has
ain't
to
about
do
the
with
bills,
sports.
I'm as long as it ain't about the bills, I'm good.
It's about baseball, Sean.
Okay, cool.
This week is a doozy compared to the previous week when we talked about someone calling the cops on themselves. A man in Milwaukee, Wisconsin was arrested this week for burglary.
uh,
This wasn't no ordinary spot, however. Before you ask, this is sports. Charged on December 14th, a man was passed out in the bushes outside of the Milwaukee Brewers Stadium.
hmm,
In the bushes.
hmm.
When he woke up, he managed to get himself into the clubhouse and he stole a credit card, various electronics, team memorabilia, and a signed bat.
uh,
Okay?
yeah,
This is where it gets funny.
it's already not.
The report states that the drunk idiot had 10 beers before he passed out in the bush.
Hey, he lasted 10 beers. I'll give him that.
It was a doubleheader that
Hmm.
day. Um, when he woke up, he went right back into the stadium. When he arrived home, his roommate called the police on him. When he came home with a duffel bag full of memorabilia,
Hmm.
which also included their World Series championship ring.
Nice.
So, Sean, this asks the question. I feel like this is going to be the new name of this podcast. What the hell were they thinking?
I
You ever?
think somebody. I think somebody's trademarked that already.
Damn it! But
The way you told
anyways,
the story makes me think he acts like he got so drunk that he somehow got into the stadium when he was drunk and then woke up in the stadium all confused. But then you're like, then he stole stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute, did he just pass out in the stadium? And then he's like, well, I'm here. I'm here. I might as well just steal stuff.
no,
Or,
he left the stadium,
hmm,
passed out on the street, like on the sidewalk, but on the street, and apparently woke up, went through an unlocked door, and was into the Milwaukee Brewers clubhouse, and then started stealing shit.
hmm.
And then when he came home, his roommate called the police on him because the guy had a duffel bag full of Milwaukee Brewers shit.
That's like saying, say one of our friends went to where the Sabres play and just stole, like, all the players' hockey sticks, then just
All
showed
right,
up.
so that means I need to call 911 because Sean has been stealing Sabres memorabilia.
You know it.
Sean is the only Sabres fan on this podcast.
Hmm.
Not that I don't like them, it's just the fact that they're not good.
Well, you haven't watched them this year, then, because they are actually pretty good.
Sean, I will start watching them when they make it to a postseason.
Okay, well, that's going to be this year, so.
Yeah, didn't we say that last year?
And I did not say that last year.
A lot of Buffalo said that it was going to happen last year.
Whoever thought they were actually going to make the playoffs last year is stupid, because they weren't even close. But this year, they're basically right at there.
I think, I mean, at least for me, I'm not going to start watching them again until they make postseason because that means they actually have done something right.
They've done a lot of things right. But this isn't a Sabres podcast. Just we got to get back to the matter at hand.
Yes, the Brewers.
Brewers.
Now,
So I don't know how I would be in this situation if I was the roommate.
I would have just taken it,
I would have
honestly.
probably taken it and then hope for the best.
Well, no, because I'm a baseball fan, so I'm going to try and get my hands on anything I can.
Fair.
But I'd like to know what this guy was drinking that where 10 of them got him slash. Because if it's a Miller Lite, those are
Mm.
just like flavored water. So 10 of those,
Flavored water tastes better.
I don't even like flavored water.
I don't either.
It's no,
Uh,
no,
it's a
let me change
very
that. I like flavored water. I don't like sparkling water.
fair.
The
If they
sparkling
were in
water that
Milwaukee,
tastes like a grapefruit is wrong.
they were in Milwaukee, that's basically close to the Great White North of Canada.
Right. So that would be
We're gonna go with Molson Canadian.
Molson. Okay.
Very strong stuff there.
I'm just trying to think of what else this guy could have possibly had. Because it said various electronics. So I'm not, it doesn't say if he snuck in while the game was going on.
Seeing as it's the middle of winter, I don't see how that's possible.
Well, no, this story can't, he was charged in
Ah,
December.
okay, gotcha.
The baseball season ends in the middle of
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so this was during the season.
September.
Was during the season. I could see it being like some kind of like maybe ID scanners, maybe, or like,
He's trying to just sell ID scanners.
I mean, you never know. ID scanners, security, swipes.
Well, it
Somehow
says
he got a
it's
hold of a credit card scanner.
well, he got a credit card and it just says various electronics. I mean, that could range from like computers and shit
Be good. That's
to
quite a lot to steal in one go, though.
imagine like trying to lug a desktop computer in a double bag.
Multiple too, not even just one.
Just various bullshit. I want to know how big this damn bag is.
He has that Mary Poppins bag right there.
It's a carpet bag. It's full of shit. If you try to reach in, like you actually just sink. It's like it has no bottom to it at all.
He would jump in and see how he hid from the cops as he jumped in the bag.
Imagine just seeing someone walk
Hid
down the
there.
street and see like imagine like someone who's like on the run put their bag down and jump into it like just in the middle of the street.
Honestly, these days, I would see it.
That I think it would just be so funny of just oh it, it'd be even more funny like if the police took the bag and he pops out again in prison.
He pops out when it's in the evidence room. Like three cops are like examining the bag, and he just opens
He
it from the
just opens
inside, and it's on the evidence table, and he just his head comes out, and the cops are just looking at him.
I can't imagine what their faces would be like if he came out of
Honestly,
that
I would
bag.
just let him go at that point.
Just
I would just let him go. I'd be too impressed.
you know what? That's impressive. You can go.
You can go. You defied the laws of physics. You don't deserve to be in jail.
I'm not sure what kind of drugs you're on, but Impressive. And where can I find some?
What a story.
Oh, worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That whole way around.
I'd say so. It's not the kind of stuff you see on the news every day.
Welcome down the list. We don't talk about stuff that you find on CNN or TV news or the newspaper. We have to go find this bullshit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. So with that, because it's a shortened episode, we're gonna skip over random thoughts because Robert is off doing his own random thoughts. And and we're gonna move straight on to overrated or underrated. So this is overrated or underrated. If you have never done overrated or underrated, you're an idiot because the rules are simple. I give you something and you decide if it's overrated or underrated.
Did this with you guys 2 weeks ago, so
And Sean enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it.
Uh, he did. Um, so Sean, overrated or underrated? People who get championship tattoos before the team makes it to the championships.
Hmm. Overrated.
Overrated. I'm gonna say underrated because it's funny as hell when you see like the tattoos of like especially Dallas. Dallas is the best one, but it's like they get it to be like made it to the Super Bowl 2023 or whatever, just as an example. If they don't make it in the next 5 years, that three is going to turn into an eight.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could
They're going to
always
keep it
fix
for
it,
that
but
long.
like, why would
But
someone be stupid enough to get the tattoo?
Sean, you have not been on the internet, have you?
I have been on the internet and I've seen many people do it, and I think they're all fucking idiots. Especially since you know how much a fucking tattoo costs nowadays?
See, this is why I don't get tattoos because they cost way too much, and as you can see from the video, I'm way too fidgety. Um, it doesn't matter what time of day, I'm always too fidgety. Um,
Exactly, me too.
Overrated or underrated? What we've built this show on, overrated or underrated? Comical felonies,
Comical felonies.
like stealing shit from a baseball stadium.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Underrated. Absolutely.
We built this entire show on people who do that.
If you go to jail for something stupid like that, then you know what? You're a
We're gonna
hero.
talk about it.
People are going to talk about you. Like, you're a hero. People are going to talk about you. You're going to be very popular in jail.
Um, I have a small story for the next one,
Yeah.
but overrated or underrated? Walmart electronics employees.
uh, See, if it was Target, it'd be underrated, maybe. But it's Walmart, so we're gonna go overrated.
I'm gonna go underrated, and it's specifically for a story that one of my best friends from high school told me because he is one of these people.
Uh,
Now, he is not the most competent person, and I'm going to spare him his blushes. So I'm not going to say his name, and I'm also not going to tell you which one he works at either. But
yeah.
this was like when he first started, and he was talking to me because like we went out bowling or whatever, and
Mhm.
he was talking to me. He was like, "Yeah, no, they aren't really happy with me at work right now." I'm like, "Oh, what? Why is that? Didn't you start like 2 weeks ago?" He's like, "Yeah, I gave away 3 video cameras." I'm like, What do you mean you gave away three cameras?" It's like I scanned them. They came up as $8, and I sold them for $8. I'm like, "How much were the cameras?" It's like 200. I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "And you didn't tell me." Like,
You know what? I'm changing my answer to underrated. This is like the TikToks you see where people try to steal the security cameras.
except this
Like
it
they
is
just
actually
get a
just giving
random
them.
price tag from some item
Did you ever
and
see
then
the one that
steal
they
one of
stole
the
that
cameras, get it through to checkout. The checkout person doesn't even question
doesn't
it
give a shit?
twice, and then they get away with it. Then they just have it in their home. The fucking security guard is in the office looking at the computer, just watching this dude
There's a
play
camera just
Xbox.
leaving. Did you ever see the camera that they just like stole straight off the shelf?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, they just take the camera, they just pull it right out of the thing.
My favorite one was the ceiling tile. Was they stole a ceiling tile, put a label on it, and then they actually got questioned by the
Think
cashier.
I
And
think I've seen it, but they still let them go.
well, for those of you that haven't seen it, they got questioned by the cashier. It's like, I didn't even know we sold this. They just let him go.
That would literally be me at Walmart every day. Someone would have something new, and I'm like, I didn't
I
even know
could
we had
sell
those.
if I worked at that Walmart, I'd sell the store in a heartbeat.
Put a price tag on the store.
No, literally just on the piece of paper it says the deed to Walmart at this address, and I'll just sell it for like $1.
Then you resell it on eBay for like $1 million.
Exactly. And then you file a lawsuit, and
And then
it's yours.
Target buys it off eBay.
Right. All right. The next one is overrated or underrated. Cup noodles.
Say that again?
Overrated or underrated? Cup noodles.
Cup noodles. Cup noodles. Underrated. You know what? They are very
They are very
nutritious.
good. They are very good.
They're very good. They're not something I'd rather eat regular spaghetti any day of the week, but
Cup.
I am poor. Me and you, Connor, both work in theater,
That's
so
true.
we're both very poor. So
You can get a
sometimes you
box
gotta
of
go for sometimes you gotta go for the cheap good stuff.
at price right. You can get a box of them. A,
Well,
a box of
I
six
have more
for like
dignity.
$2.
I still have my dignity enough to not shop at Price Right, Connor.
Okay, Sean, I have less money than you.
That's that's sounds like a you problem.
Yes, it is. But I got like 12 of them for like $5.
Not bad. You could do that at Aldi's too. I'd have at least enough dignity to go to Aldi's if I needed to.
This is, I have a side story. I'll save it for the break. but it's like a 2-minute story. And the last one is one that you haven't done before. I know for a fact you haven't done before. Robert hasn't done it either, but I feel like I'm the only one that can answer this. Overrated or underrated? Being drunk while I do this podcast. Underrated.
I've been on a handful of times, none of them drunk. So yeah, I'm not gonna answer it because I can't answer it.
Underrated. One of the best episodes that we ever did was one that I was off my ass. So with that, that concludes overrated or underrated, and we're gonna move on to fill in the blank. All right, so this is fill in the blank. We were going to do Disturbed Edition, but Robert decided to go to bed instead. And we're going to do Cards Against Humanity Edition instead. So, Sean, can you please turn that damn light off? I am blind from it.
And you're such a baby.
I'm just going to cut Sean out of this entire episode.
Alright, you ain't paying me anyways.
I just won't put his audio into the episode.
You're just talking to yourself. It's just you talking.
You know what's
It's like
funny?
a minute of like silence.
No, yeah, you know what's funny? I know, right? All right, the first one is I get by with a little help from blank.
Supposed to think of a response? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
think of a response.
Say it again.
I get by with a little help from blank.
I get by with a little help from heroin.
Walmart electronics employees. What is George W. Bush thinking about right now?
Where Katrina's hiding.
If he is George W. Bush. In his new self-produced album, this is one of my favorite cards. In his new self-produced album, Kanye West raps over the sounds of blank.
Sounds of. Hmm. I'd say the East, because he's
The
Kanye
East.
West.
Okay. In his new self-produced rap album, Kanye West raps over the sounds of divorce.
Hmm.
I I learned the hard way that you can't cheer up a grieving friend with blank.
You said grieving friend?
Grieving friend.
Say that. What the hell are you saying?
I learned the hard way that you can't cheer up a grieving friend
Is
with
grieving.
blank.
Your audio's awful. Okay, grieving friend with digging up their relative.
Oh. I was gonna say waking up half naked in a Denny's parking lot.
Digging up their relative. You can't help that. If they're grieving, you can't dig that person back up. I actually have kind of a funny story that's kind of something like that. We'll save that for you later.
Later. Hmm. Science will never explain blank.
Science.
My will to live.
Yeah, science, that's not science's business.
Yeah, so it means it will never be able to explain. Doctor, you've gone too far. The human body wasn't meant to withstand that amount of blank.
Hmm. We'll say whatever beer that guy in Milwaukee was on.
I was gonna say Joe Shenanigans. It's the penultimate. My fellow Americans, before this decade is out, I'm sorry, we will have blank on the moon.
Donald Trump.
Oh, please. I'd love to have him come back, do like a broadcast back and be like, it was a perfect launch.
He's a perfect launch.
It's a perfect launch. I am the greatest.
No, you gotta do the voice. It's a perfect launch. Launch. I'm the greatest astronaut of all time.
Right, my African American over there.
Hmm.
And it's like a pebble.
I have no response.
All right, this is the last one. This season at Steppenwolf, Samuel Beckett's classic Waiting for blank.
Uh,
Taylor Swift tickets.
the Bills Super Bowl run.
Oh, you're gonna be there all day.
Yeah, I'm salty right now.
All right, so with that, that concludes fill in the blank, and we'll move on to time to bitch. Now, it's our favorite segment, and it's a segment that we like to call Time to Bitch. Now, because Robert decided he wanted to go fuck himself, um, I decided that we're going to be complaining about everybody's favorite thing to complain about, the weather. So, Sean, I believe, had a story about the weather. So,
Yeah,
Sean, the floor is yours.
not really a story, more how today we had some snow in Buffalo. What a
Yep,
shock. And it got
everyone's an idiot.
yeah, it snowed in Buffalo. Other news, cows go moo. So
I thought they
basically,
go quack.
no, you
That would
think
be news.
that would be news. So basically, I'm sitting in my room, it's my day off today, so I'm just like sitting in my room playing some video games, minding my own business, and it's snowing now, and all of a sudden I hear thunder and lightning, a flash of lightning. Yeah, I did not know. I mean, this isn't news to me today, but until probably this winter, I did not know thunder snow was a thing. And I
Yeah,
don't understand it. How could it thunder when it's snowing? It's weird. It's
it's
odd. It's unnatural.
it's science.
It's not science.
You just don't want to believe it's science.
No, I don't want to believe it's science. I'm
Science
sitting
will
in my
never
room with
explain
my
it to you.
window blind open, and all of a sudden I get this flash of lightning in my face, and then thunder goes for like 5 seconds, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the people, what you don't know is that Sean got electrocuted.
I wish.
Imagine just being like a burnt crisp doing this. They're like, oh, and another thing.
It wouldn't be anything different than what the Looney Tunes go through on a daily basis.
That bullshit. Um, I remember there was one time that I was dashing
Hmm.
during this was the I want to say January of 2020. It was definitely last year though.
Hmm.
Um, but like at the start of last year. I can't remember if it was January or February because we had snow in both. Um, but my car got stuck in a parking lot, an unplowed parking lot,
Hmm.
after I picked up the food, and it was a parking lot that you had to go up to get out of, unless you wanted to take the truck exit, which was just all potholes. So
Fair
I
enough.
tried to do the up exit, which of course that didn't work. So my car now has the emergency brake on it on the hill, and I am outside shoveling to try and get to have any kind of grip. I'm there for like half an hour doing this. And the person that I'm delivering it to texts me to be like, "So are you coming or what?" And I was ready to throw hands with this guy.
Aren't we all?
Like, no, I've canceled your order. It's my food now, which wouldn't happen because I'm not that kind of person, but it was also food that I don't normally eat, therefore I probably wouldn't like.
It's not. I don't even think it's possible to really. I don't even think you can cancel an order after you've already like picked it up.
No, you can't. Um,
Sadly.
I'd end up with so much food. Anyway,
Yeah.
he goes, I told him I'm stuck on the hill in the parking lot. He goes, well, that's ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It is. It's
You know what? I mean, at least he's honest. He's like, at least he's like, he knows it's also ridiculous.
like, that's ridiculous. I want my food now. I'm like, yeah, and it's stinking up my car. It's
It's like I also want your food, sir.
like I also wanted to get out of my car. Like it's At this rate, if you're gonna still be an asshole, I will be leaving it on the side of the road.
I mean, yeah.
But no, living in Buffalo, it is one of the craziest things is how fast the weather changes.
Yeah.
It could be summer tomorrow.
It could be.
I mean,
It's
it's
not
not,
gonna be.
but that's how fast it changes. Like by nighttime, it's winter.
I will say for this
It's
next week, it's basically normal winter, but who knows? In literally 2 weeks, it could be like 50 degrees out and all the snow is gone and
I
we're
could be in
wearing
shorts.
shorts.
Yep. Sean, do you have any weather related stories other than your
Hmm.
try and do one more each?
Trying to think. None that are that interesting. Like I could talk about the first time I spun out ever, but that's
Oh,
not.
do that.
It's not interesting. It was just me being stupid.
Was that in the Jetta?
It was in the Jetta, yeah.
Ah, yes, the Jetta.
It was when we were both still at we were both still
At the same
school
school.
together, yeah. It was actually I think it was your first year there actually, I believe.
Where'd you spin out?
On the way out there at night. I didn't nothing happened. Did a 180, literally didn't hit anything.
Because I have
Literally
a story of spinning out near where I work.
trying to think, do I have another story? I just don't think I have on that. No, I don't have anything else. Nothing crazy. I could another one when I was driving to Pennsylvania one time with my friend Dina. Um, and it was just like monsooning out basically. That was kind of terrifying, but I don't think I really have anything that's that crazy. Besides, I can think of the one story Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian, told like way years ago when he was in an airplane and his plane got hit by lightning and fell out of the sky like probably 200 feet or something.
so I'll do the story of when I spun out. I was on my way to work and it was like conditions like it was today. Um, but a little more icy, not like it was
Today
today.
wasn't really icy that
No, that's
much.
what I'm saying. More ice. It was more ice. It was like right after a storm, but um th this was also like last year.
Hmm.
The I was on my way to the pool and like right before I was about to turn into the driveway to go up to the parking lot, um to go into the driveway to go up to the parking lot, my front two wheels decided that they wanted to just leave the chat.
Hmm.
So my back end, of course, swings around and I am now backwards going in on the driveway, which is one way. So I just reversed all the way up to the door.
Hmm.
Like nobody was there, nobody was watching. Just me full reverse going in a one street. Just all right.
Yeah, spinning out not the funnest thing in the world, unless you're doing it purposely.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I don't have any crazy weather stories that I think really affected me. Yeah, because I try to avoid the weather. I try to just not go out in the weather when it's that bad. Honestly, like I know we live in Buffalo, but I don't even mess with the snow, honestly, all that much. Once it starts snowing, I kind of become recluse.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've exhausted our amount of bitching that we can do for one episode. Um, Sean, thank you again for your endless supply of talent,
My pleasure.
even though you're doing it for free,
Yeah, pretty
uh,
much.
which you probably think is bullshit. Anyway, this has been on the list. You can find all of our social medias on social media. Robert has been in charge of that, and we all know how that goes. Um,
Huh.
anyways, this this was episode 3. We'll be back next week.